I'm going to call this meeting of the Iowa City Community Police Review Board on October 11th to order at 5:46 p.m. And I'm going to do a roll call. Downing?
Here.
Jensen?
Here.
McConnell?
Here.
Meckies is absent. Nichols here. Townsend is absent. Vandervet is absent. Who was the nominating committee again? You and...
Pardon?
Do you want to give the report for the nominating committee?
I'm
or
not
do
on
we-
the nominating
who was that?
committee.
No, Jerry?
Jerry?
Do we have a quorum?
Yes, we have a
Yes.
quorum now.
A quorum?
Yep.
Okay.
Could you talk into the mic? Thank you.
Well, there are two of us on the nominating committee, and following the habit of past nominating committees, Saul nominated me for chairman. He wanted to nominate Orville for vice chairman, but Orville does not want to take it, and since it would have been like the fourth time, I can understand that. I don't know if he talked to anybody else. Were any of you talked to?
I missed the first part of that, Jerry. I'm sorry. So who is it that is nominated for chair?
Me.
Yourself? Okay. Okay.
I didn't
Yeah,
nominate.
sorry about that.
Seeing as how Seth isn't here, I nominate Melissa for vice chair. Are you willing?
Well, I'm a little bit, I wish we had had a chance to talk a little bit more about this
Sure.
ahead of time. I don't know if we have any options with, looking at another meeting or not.
We
I
able
don't
to
know
put
the
this on
answer
hold?
to that either. All right.
Let me look at the bylaws here.
Okay.
It says annually at the first regular meeting in October. So I think the bylaws require it to happen today.
That didn't help at all, Pat.
All right.
We need to set the method of voting then, I guess. It says, the bylaws do not prescribe the method of voting, the board will need to make a motion to fix the method of voting. Nominations can be made by balloting or from the floor. Voting can be by voice vote, show of hands, or ballot. The board should decide if the basis for decision is majority vote of the total membership and procedure for canvass of ballots. So we need to decide what method we're going to vote by, which would be show of hands, voice, or ballot.
Well, I think first we need to decide who's being nominated for what. I mean, we don't know, I understand that, we don't know if Saul talked to anybody else or not.
He has not told me that he has.
Okay. So, I'm curious about that, and I haven't. So that just concerns me a little bit that, in fact, obviously, it sounds like he hasn't talked to anybody here, but. Yeah, I don't know. I
guess the only other thing that I can think of, which I would feel bad for Ricky for racing down here, but is it possible to cut this short and not consider this the first regular meeting of October and reschedule it?
I don't see any reason you can't do that. I think it's got to be in October, though.
Oh, so we would have to schedule a special meeting for that?
Seems like that's the only way to find out what Saul had going on since he's not here.
I think you'd have to end this meeting tonight then, too.
Yeah, that's. So we'd basically have to end the meeting, adjourn the meeting right now and go home. Or reschedule and adjourn and go home.
Part of my concern is it's not that I haven't been chair of this board before, but I'm just a little bit concerned that, we don't know exactly. I wish we had some other people here. So I'm concerned about that. And then also the fact of a little bit of, oh, good. Nobody talked, there wasn't any conversation. So I was hoping that we had somebody that said, yeah, I'd like, somebody else, as opposed to, I'm feeling a little bit put on the spot here. And I've got a lot on my plate right now, so I don't know if I want to take on something else.
So we can either vote, or somebody else can make another nomination, or we can stop the meeting.
Well, I think what the process requires is you don't have any nominations yet. So you just had a report from the nominating committee. So the nominating committee makes their suggestions, but the board doesn't have to follow them. So the process is you have to decide first what is the method of taking nominations and doing the vote. And after you do that, then you ask for nominations, and anybody can nominate anybody else, regardless of what the committee said. But I understand, your concern about others not here and not knowing if others have been approached about it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and continue with fixing the method of voting unless someone wants to move to stop the meeting. I will move to vote by voice vote. Anybody have a second or a different motion?
I second it.
Can I get a roll call, please?
Downing,
Yes.
Vanderbeck absent, Nichols, sorry,
Yes.
McConnell,
Aye.
Meckus absent, Townsend absent, Jensen.
Yes.
So,
Okay, can I get nominations for a chairperson, please? Does anybody have any nominations for a chairperson?
Let me say one other thing real quick. So the bylaws also say that the voting requirements for officers requires a majority of all members, not just a majority of those at a meeting. So that means you have to have at least 4 of the 7 members, which means you have to have unanimous consent tonight if anybody gets elected.
So then again, we would come down to otherwise stopping the meeting. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you don't get unanimous approval of the officers, I think you don't have any choice but to wait until next meeting.
Which would still have to be in October.
Would have to be in October.
so I guess I have a question. If someone that's in attendance is nominated, do they vote?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm going to nominate Ricky Downing for chair. Does anybody else have any nominations?
I thought she was already nominated.
No, that was the report, but she said Saul said it, but he's not here. The actual nomination has to happen. She was saying in their report, that was their suggestion.
I'll nominate Jerry McConnell.
Any other nominations? I'll move to close nominations. Can I get a second?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 So then do we just each say the name of the, if we have more than one nomination, do we just each say who we're nominating, or do we do a vote for one and then a vote for the other?
I think you can go around and say who you want to vote for as the chair, or you could call a name and ask yes or no. Either way.
Okay. Just simpler to say who we're voting for. You want to start and we'll go around?
I'm voting for Jerry McConnell.
I'll vote for myself. This is awkward.
You're telling me.
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy.
I'd vote for Jerry as well.
I'll vote for Jerry. So Jerry is the new chairperson, and I turn the meeting over to Jerry.
Okay. Do we have nominations for vice chairman? Everybody jump. Melissa, if you felt you could take it on, I would nominate you.
I'm just a little bit concerned about the fact that we're missing a majority of our board or a number of our board members, and then who may or may not have been, included in this process. So it's a little bit awkward. I agree.
So I have a question now. Let's say I was the vice. Can I do it for like 2 meetings and then hand it over to somebody? You know what I'm saying? No. Huh?
No, you'd hold that office until the next election.
Right. Okay. Just checking. Well, I'm very new at this, so I don't think I qualify to be a vice.
Well, anybody would qualify.
Huh?
If you're a member of the board, you qualify.
But I'm at like with the procedures and stuff like that, the way you guys do the meetings.
So, where are we at?
Well, so you don't have a copy of the chair notes.
Here, I can.
Can you?
I've got my other stuff in the middle of it, but. I put the relevant papers from the packet where they go in the notes.
Okay, great. Okay, does anyone want to take a try nominating someone for vice chair?
I nominate Melissa Jensen.
I'll second it. Are there any other nominations? Then I need a motion to close nominations.
Make a motion to close the nominations.
Get a second?
Second it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Does anybody have anything else they want to say about this? Okay. So the next motion then,
Well,
the next step is to consider a motion adopting the consent calendar.
You have to vote, correct?
Oh, we have to
I thought
vote.
we
Oh,
did.
sorry.
I thought we did too.
Is that, okay, so you don't,
Yeah, we did, with a yes.
Yeah.
We
okay,
voted.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, wait, that was to close nominations, though,
Yes.
right?
It was to close nominations.
Yeah, so we still have to
that-
technically officially vote for the,
Yeah.
we have to get a roll call vote for that.
Way to go, Tammy.
All right. Downing,
Agree.
McConnell,
I agree.
Nichols,
Agree.
Jensen,
Agree.
Okay, we're going to consider a motion adopting the consent calendar as presented or as amended. That will include the minutes of the meeting on 9/13.
I'll move to adopt the consent calendar as presented.
I'll second it.
Sorry.
Okay, I call for, does that have to be a roll call vote?
Yes, for discussion first.
Oh, any discussion?
okay.
Okay, roll call.
Jensen,
Aye.
Downing,
Aye.
Nichols,
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye. Okay, going to consider the use of force review report?
Well, that's part
It's
of
all
the
part of the
consent.
consent
That's all-
calendar.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
you moved to item 7 on the next page there.
That's, okay.
So you're going to move to new business, right?
So we've done all that then. Okay, for new business, only the items listed here. So we have the fiscal year 2022 Police Review Board Annual Report, and to review the draft annual report.
Just a couple little things on the
Okay,
annual
so
report.
you want me to bring it up here on the screen then?
That'd be awesome, thank you. Yeah, two very small.
Get a little darker in here. Wow, that's really dark. Yeah, it's not gonna,
On page 5, under complaint resolutions.
what did you say it was under? I'm sorry.
Page 5, complaint resolutions.
There we go.
Yep, right there. Oh, you just passed it.
Wait, this is,
I saw it for a second.
and you said it was,
Yeah, it's down a little bit more. 2005, oh no, 22, it should be under 2205. It's after all of the, oh, it's before the commentary.
so is it on page 5 or?
Yeah, it's on page 5,
About halfway down, right?
yeah.
Okay, this is page 5.
Then it might have printed different. It's above the commentary, so keep going up. It's before any of that.
There you go, keep going.
Yes,
Right
okay,
there.
complaint resolutions, right in
Okay.
there. It says, the second to last sentence, the board reviews both the citizens' complaints and the chief's report and decides whether its conclusions about the allegation should be sustained or not sustained. I think that we need to add and available video footage there because we don't just base our investigation off.
Okay, so it reviews both the citizen's complaint.
Citizen reviews the citizen's complaint, the chief's report, and available video footage. to me, that makes it sound like we don't actually look at any evidence.
And available
Video footage. And the other thing I just wondered if instead of having the same comment over and over again in this report, under the comments section, if we could say complaint 2202, 2205, 2206, 2207, 2208, because they all have the exact same comments.
You mean 2002?
Yes, sorry, 2002, 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2008, and then just erase it under all those other ones. I think we take out like 3 pages of this report if we do that.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Okay.
this is the format that,
I think that's okay, because it reads exactly the same on each one.
which is okay to
Sure.
group it into one or leave it as it is.
I think under the heading,
Uh-huh.
you could list every complaint number, like Amanda listed off.
Okay, so complaint,
So down in the comments, not up there. Not up there, down under.
but this is now, we're on 20,
Yeah, but that's just the summary. We're not looking at the summaries, we're looking at the comments under.
right? But we should be looking at 20 dash.
Yes, in the comments, right there.
Right there at the
Oh,
bottom.
okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just
okay.
right there, yep.
So
Just because
this
it's the
should
same
say-
paragraphs over and over and over again. So 2005,
Jeez. Okay, this is not working for me. Now it's too bright. Do you know how to shut off just part of the lights? I guess we can dim them. Okay, 2005.
comma, 2006, 2007, 2008. And then, yeah, we can just get rid of,
Okay, so then starting here, just delete.
from 2005 through 2008.
Page 9.
This mouse doesn't move very smoothly, so I'm just doing this.
And that was all I had. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry. So is that going to a vote, or is that just done?
You need to vote, yeah.
Okay. Have a vote on changing the sentence to qualify for all of the above cases?
I think it'd be accepting the whole thing, right? Did anybody else have anything?
Accepting as amended, right?
We don't need to do a vote, do we, just for that one?
Well, and that's why I.
Change in
it's
the
not on
draft?
here, because I'd asked Kelly that too, but.
I don't think specifically for that change, but it was, I think we have to vote to accept.
You need to
it.
vote
accept,
to
right,
approve the
Amended.
report
right.
as amended. Vote to approve the report as amended.
Yes, yeah.
Call for a vote to amend the report.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Thank you.
I thought you did.
Is that a roll call vote, or just aye?
Just a voice vote's fine.
Voice vote. Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Now, the next step is to have a discussion about the location for the meeting.
That was me.
That was you. Yeah.
So I brought that up at the last meeting, just to have a discussion about it. And I know we don't have everybody here, but there's a number of reasons that I wonder if we shouldn't reconsider moving the meeting back to the room across the hall. In this particular area, we typically, no offense intended, we typically have a small group of people that come to the meeting from the public, so we don't need a large space. It requires quite a bit more work on the part of the city to set this room up for these meetings. And when we do go to review documents or to, listen to audio, to have conversation, we're spread out quite a ways. It does make it more difficult to review the documents and review some of the information, and it just seems a little bit simpler and a little bit easier. So that's why I brought it up at the last meeting.
Does anybody else have any comment about that?
I'm comfortable with that as long as we maintain some flexibility and potential to change again. If our hospitalization and death rates were to start going back up, I would want to have more space. But right now, even with our cases being medium to high, those numbers are low, so I'm not as concerned. So that would just be something that I would like us to be paying attention to and keeping in mind if we were going to move into a smaller space.
I would also assume that if there was an item on the agenda that was somewhat controversial and we anticipated some more interest, we could also look at an option of an additional room if they thought that was the case. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. I think there's a little bit of work there, and we could make it pretty reasonable for everybody to move to a smaller space and could accommodate some social distancing as well if we need to.
Any other discussion?
So I
Is
think it's
that
just
a big deal to move the meetings?
No. Well, as long as the room is open, but it's not a big deal at all, so.
Does that make your life a little simpler?
It may.
Okay.
Do we need to vote on that?
No.
No, okay. All right, we're moving on to old business, and we have no old business listed here. We now have a public comment on items not on the agenda. Shall address the board for no more than 5 minutes, and the board shall not engage in discussion with the public concerning said items. So, not you? All right. Okay, next is board information, where the board can suggest items to be added to the next meeting under new business.
I have nothing.
What about the social media thing?
Yeah, you can add that if you want.
Okay. I had worked on the social media referrals and sent it to Pat, and he gave a very nice response. So I would put that down for new business next time.
Okay. How would you like that titled? Just
So I think just so everybody knows, the thought is to do another amendment to the ordinance to clarify what personal knowledge means when somebody is filing a complaint. And the thought was to say that somebody who has viewed something only on social media or television does not have the requisite personal knowledge needed to file a complaint.
okay.
Okay, does anybody have anything about staff information?
No, I do not have anything.
You do not. Okay. So the tentative meeting schedule and future agendas are November 8th, December 13th, and January 10th. That would be 2023.
November
we'll go
8th
back.
might be tricky for me.
Which one?
November 8th.
Okay.
School is closed and there's no after-school program, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing for childcare yet. I might have to get off work and go to North Liberty, and there just wouldn't be time for me to get here.
Does that need a change then?
That's up to you all. You four.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't catch everything that you said.
November 8th may be difficult for me to make. I'm not sure yet, but I may have some problems getting here by 5:30 that day.
Isn't that election day?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we should move it just for that purpose. Thank you. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
and I don't
Okay.
care what day, I mean, but
Yeah, I don't either, but I agree. I think we need to move it. I'm at the auditor's office that day.
Okay. Do you want to go to the third
Okay.
Tuesday, or do you just want it that same week, or?
I could do the third
You could do,
Tuesday or a different day that week, either way.
I'm sorry, what did you say that at
I could
first?
do either one of those works for me, either doing the 15th or doing a different day that second week.
so let's just go to the same day the next week, the 15th.
The 15th? Is everybody,
I need a motion to change the date.
Just waiting to make sure everybody's looked at their calendars.
Yep. I'm good.
Okay. I move to move the November 8th meeting to the 15th then?
I second it.
All
All in
those in
favor?
favor? Aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to ask for a roll call.
sorry, there's just,
Sorry.
this is. Okay. Nichols,
Yes.
McConnell,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Downing.
Yes.
Okay. I would consider a motion to adjourn to executive session.
Do we need to?
Yes.
We do have something to,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, make a motion to adjourn to executive session. I cannot talk tonight, sorry. Need a second?
I did.
You got it, okay.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? We're returning to regular session at 6:23.
You had something we wanted to
You
ask?
had something?
Well, yeah, what's the difference? Why do we stop and then put that on and do all that stuff compared to the first? Why do we have to come out and come in two different meetings?
So when we go to closed session, it's to discuss complaints, which are not public records.
Right, just for us then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that- yeah,
That's
we
what I
don't-
wanted to, yeah, and that's on because it's,
Recording. 'cause
right,
they're-
okay,
yeah.
that's what I wanted to know. I guess I just didn't understand that.
They're viewable later online.
I'm sorry, what's that?
They're viewable later online, not live,
People want to
but
see it, right.
after, right?
Well, executive sessions are not
Right.
recorded on
I mean,
that.
right, the
and
public
that's-
part. So,
The public part is
Yeah.
put online later, yeah.
Right. Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Well, someone's got to,
Oh, I'm sorry. I agree, yeah, whatever.
Second.
See, this is why I should
Aye.
not have took what you got.
Do I get a second?
Aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Any opposed?